So I'm at a farm outside Nashville this week, and I met a musician that retired from the music industry during the peak of his success. But he did something that I thought was pretty wise before he retired. And it led to this current state, this retirement of happiness and peace and fulfillment. And those three things, those are the three things that a lot of clients at Streamline Financial, that's what they want. So I wanted to record this story for you too, so that we could all learn from it. It's an interesting story. So this musician, he was touring years ago through different venues all throughout the United States and Canada, and he was having a lot of success, but there were sacrifices that he was making. He started a family, and he had a young child at home. And as you might imagine, the travel schedule, it wasn't the best for having a young family, right? And over many, many months, almost a year, he was mentally preparing for this idea of stopping music and retiring from his music career. But he did something that not every retiree does. And it's one of the things, it's one of the keys to that happy, peaceful, and fulfilling retirement. So I want to share what he did, and then I want to share how people in their 50s and 60s can apply the same to their life, because they've got a different story, right? He's 35 and retiring to something. 50s and 60s is a little bit different when you're done with your career. But what he did was he focused, when he was done on the music career, music was done. Yes, he had a focus, and he chose a focus, which was his family, but he also wanted to contribute to others as well. And he explored his interests. He looked at some of his passions and some of his hobbies. And the one thing that kept popping into his head was in the realm of hospitality and hotels, because he was creating amazing experiences on stage in front of thousands of people. He wanted to continue creating amazing experiences, but in a different way. And he also had a passion, or he loved animals. So combining these interests, what he did was bought a farm outside Nashville, Tennessee, where we are currently, me and the family, and he turned it into this amazing family experience for people like us who are from the Chicago suburbs. And we're renting this beautiful house on this farm, and we're enjoying feeding the animals and living this life that's so different than the normal, Chicago suburb and busy lifestyle. The great thing about his story is he hasn't looked back. He continues to expand to other properties around this area. And I see him in the evening here with his kids. They're feeding the animals, taking care of the farm and all the things that go with it. I don't even understand it all, but he seems very happy. But now, you're not 35 looking to start a farm. So I'm guessing you're over 50 and you're gonna retire from your career, or already have, and you probably aren't gonna start a new career, but you're gonna start something new and different. So how do you do this if you're done with your career? Here's a few examples. Number one is mentorship or advisory roles, right? You might possess a lot of knowledge that can guide the next generation of entrepreneurs or business owners or whoever it might be. Offering insights as a mentor or advisor not only enriches their life or their business or the business ecosystem in whole, but it also provides a fulfilling way to give back. The second way is consultancy, right? With your extensive experience, consulting could be a rewarding way to go. Many organizations and a lot of startups, they need help. They need that wisdom from what you've accumulated over the years. Number three could be writing or speaking, right? Consider sharing some of the journey that you've had over the last 30 years and the lessons through possibly writing. Now, it doesn't have to be writing to the masses. It could be like my dad. He wrote 3 books since he retired, and it wasn't for the masses, but it was only for his family and his close friends, and he's loving it. It's really more of a rewarding thing for himself, and the family's loving it too. And then fourth, it could be just exploring new passions. It's always nice to have to know what you're gonna do next after retirement, before you retire, but it's also some time in retirement where you can explore areas you've always been curious about, and now you've got more time for it. So the main thing here that this musician turned farmer did, was he knew what that next thing was going to be before he retired and before he ended his career. It made that transition so much easier, and he's loving life, continuing to make experiences for people here on the farm and making sure he has enough time for his family at home. So I hope you like that short story of this farm life. And if you want more retirement focused videos, some of the financial things as well as the non-financial things, like this video and subscribe so that you don't miss the next one.